KO Corner, Rich Quinones here. Thomas Cornflake LaManna, South Jersey's own, Millville's own, getting ready to fight July 22nd at the Claridge, co-feature, 6-rounder. He's dropped down to welterweight. He'll take on him Ingilberto Valenzuela. And again, that's July 22nd. Always good to catch up with the 24-year-old that, you know, Thomas, it's interesting. You go back to the Douglas fight. You took the fight. It was a tough fight for you. But everyone, you know, they say, hey, there's a lot of lessons to learn when you lose a fight. Then you decide to drop down and wait. Yeah. And I remember you mentioned, you said something that, you know, you were hitting, you were throwing the kitchen sink, the power just wasn't there. Has it been a significant drop off from weight? I mean, how has that affected you the last several fights?
I felt great. The best I ever felt was definitely my last 3, because we dropped down strategically. When I fought Bruce was like 152, and then Ariel Vasquez was 147 plus 1, so 48, and then the last guy we fought, that was at a catch weight of 150. So we just strategically went down, and it was just better. You know what I mean? It felt great.
How does your strength feel? Your conditioning?
Great. You know, no, I've always been a conditioning fighter, regardless if I was fighting at middleweight or 48 or whatever. You know, I always know how to condition myself. But the power, I only have 8 knockouts, so you know, call what you want. But
power can be deceiving in a boxing.
Of course, yeah, no, and I agree 100%. Trust me. But the power was always there. I think it was definitely the level of competition. Not that I was fighting all-time greats or killers or guys, but those crafty, rugged veteran guys are sometimes maybe the hardest to get out of there. So you know, maybe it didn't show.
Go back. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to ask you this. The Douglas fight, was that a fight you knew you were stepping up? Was that a fight you were really confident going in, or at least taking?
1,000,000%. No, there was never. I wasn't in it for no payday. Wasn't in it for to get on TV. Wasn't in it for because I was forced into it. I firmly believed that I could be Antoine Douglas. You know what I mean? That day, I had a great training camp for that. I was in immaculate shape. I was never tired. It's just at the end of the day, everybody knows what happens or what happened. But I learned more out of that one loss than any 20 of my wins. The
mark of a good fighter is to rebound. You reeled off 4 straight now. What do you know about Valenzuela, your opponent? Kind of a gritty, kind of cagey fighter.
Just when he's Mexican, so I mean
he's coming forward. You know, he's going to give you the rounds.
Forward, you know, so he's a smaller guy definitely. But like I said, I can't really say I'm the bigger guy. I've always been a big guy. I'm 6'1" at welterweight. That's big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've always been a big middleweight too. So obviously I know I'm going to be the bigger guy. But you know, just see what happens. You know what I mean? He has a record of 10-7. You know what I mean? It's only a 6-round fight to keep me busy, keep me active, because I'm in a big fight in September, and see what happens.
Well, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask. I didn't do my job. I can see by the smirk on your face, you know where we're going. The September fight.
Yeah.
We know how boxing is. Guys like myself in the media, you know, you hear rumblings, you got to follow up on certain things, you got to have instincts. When you look at this, I know there's been back and forth on social media. Dusty Hernandez-Harrison, the welterweight out of DC. It sounded like there was a potential fight on the table. I believe it would have been for a USBA belt. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. What can you divulge on that for the listening audience and the viewing audience? Is that a fight you would want, and is that a fight that you're hoping to make?
That's the fight that I'm hoping is done very soon. Can't really get into who I'm fighting in September, but I will be fighting for a title in September, and I plan on making the real announcement, let the whole world know, or boxing world know, who we're fighting in September. You know what I mean? But I gotta get past Valenzuela first.
And that's the politically correct answer. You know, KO Corner wants to know though, is Hernandez a guy that you
July 22nd, you will know. July 22nd, everybody will know who I'm fighting in September.
Well, I'll tell you, he's matured, because a couple of years ago he might have leaked a little bit and given me something. Let me ask you this: where do you see yourself though within the calendar year as far as activity? Because eventually, you know, you'll have to step up 8 to 10 rounders, the money fights, potential regional belts, and whatnot going forward. I'm just out of curiosity.
Well, the good thing about me, well, I'm fortunate enough to say that.
Still young too.
I'm young too, but I run Risen's promotions, so I dictate when I fight.
Shameless plug, but go ahead.
I dictate when I fight, not necessarily who I fight, because that's what I have a team for, but my dates, and you know, I have numerous venues in Atlantic City that we work with. Thanks to the Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame and Ray McCline, we got the Claridge. You know, this is our 4th show at the Claridge. Yep. I love it here. It's a great venue. it's not too small, but it's obviously not the biggest.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's, the atmosphere is great. So, but you know, stepping in, you know, I fought out of my last 5 fights. 4 of them have been 8-rounders.
Sure.
With Douglas being the 110, and then I fought Bruce on a 6. This will be a 6 as well. But so you know, I'm not. 8's really my minimum. This is really just like a tune-up, a stay busy. You know what I mean? They didn't really want me to fight, but I wanted to. I didn't want to be out of the ring. If I fight in September, I'll be out of the ring 6 months since March. I didn't want to do that, so I took what I can get. And here we go.
Actually, last one, got about 30 seconds. Is it hard to balance being a fighter, to want to put on cards, to promote, to put them out and about, wearing all those hats, and then trying to get in that balance as well, with that training?
I'm going to say in the beginning, yes, but now I'm going to say no, because now I know, and the Rising Star staff knows what to do, the procedures, they know how I am. I could be a mother effer sometimes when things aren't done correctly, and you know, I do oversee everything. But like I said, Ray McCline, the NXT Boxing Hall of Fame, my mother, who's the head boss of this whole thing, my father, my trainers, all of these guys, everybody helps out. You know what I mean? Mark Abrams, my publicist, everybody does their part and make sure that these shows are successful, which they always are, knock on wood. And our mission of bringing boxing back to Atlantic City is really happening because of not only just me, but the people that are around me, and everybody makes it possible, including the media.
Appreciate it as always. We'll see you on the 22nd. Best of luck.
Appreciate you as well. Thank you.